Good morning. Pudgy Penguin's the new NFT craze. We've got a lot to go over with Bitcoin. What's happening with the ordinals? There is heaps to dive into. I want to talk about Sam Bankman Fried as well. A little bit of a muppet, this guy. Really quickly, just having a look at the crypto market cap. We are up a little bit in the last 24 hours. Could be an interesting day ahead with the CPI. We need to see what it does. It is holding nicely here, but we can see the market cap at 1.19 trillion, up 0.5% in the last 24 hours. Scrolling down, Bitcoin Cash, we can talk about that one if you like. I still don't see the point of it. I know some people are massive fans. Flicking over to Bitcoin here, 27.5. Not really doing much, very sideways in the last 24 hours. I would just like to see it do this for the rest of the week, even 2 weeks. But if that CPI print comes out, maybe it goes up, maybe it goes down really quickly. It's not a financial advice. On your right here, there's news topics. We'll get straight back into it for everyone. Ethereum. Holding above 1800 at 1847. The market cap is 222 billion. Lots of twos there. A little bit auspicious. Good to see. And not only is it going sideways, it is starting to track up, but I think we're going to stay range bound till we see what happens with that print there. How's this for a chart? Yesterday it was very red. Today it's looking really nice and green. Some big bubbles there. Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, Bitcoin Cash, Pepe. Now with Pepe has caused a lot of the issues here with the Bitcoin network, with the ordinals, with the inscriptions on there. It's probably going to hang around for a long time. It is going to pump. It is going to dump. There are a lot of whales holding a lot of big bags. If you want to find out and really dive deep into Pepe, what you want to do is watch Altcoin Daily's video. Austin really broke it down really well. So this is the Bitcoin heat map. Everything's in green, but not a lot. There's nothing really standing out. That's great. Actually, what I want to do really quickly before we get into what's going on with BRC20s is just have a look at one of my favorite long-term holds now for the bull run. Arbitrum, $1.11. For me, it's a great buy. Again, not financial advice. Worth looking into an Ethereum layer 2 scaling solution. So jumping over to talk about what's going on the Bitcoin network. Obviously, there's been a lot of FUD. Binance halted withdrawals twice on the weekend on Sunday, which is not good for Binance, but also not good for crypto in the short term. Long term, if they innovate, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So this sort of, we'll sum it up a little bit, but the BRC20 token surpassed 1 billion market cap as wallet providers prepare integration. So on May 9, the total market cap of BRC20 Bitcoin token surpassed 1 billion with a trading volume of 207 million in the past 24 hours. Most notable, the tokens include Audis, Nals, VMPX, Pepe, and Meme. The BRC20 token standard it's an NFT basically, token that employs ordinals and inscriptions to create and manage token contracts, token minting, and token transfers, which are stored on the Bitcoin base chain. There are over 14,000 BRC tokens deployed on Bitcoin. Now you compare this to an estimated 400 million tokens on Ethereum. So BitKeep announced that it would soon support the Ordinals protocol and BRC20 protocol on its mobile and plugin extension platforms. BitKeep will continue to monitor new protocols such as BRC21 and provide more diverse support and service based on market trends and user demand. MetaMask, they add a new feature allowing users to store ordinals, and Fab Ledger also supports Ordinals protocol. We'll go to Binance first and we'll head over to Africa. So Binance's NFT marketplace, they add support for Bitcoin NFTs as well. You can see how quick the crypto industry just moves and just really dives in and makes the most of these situations. Obviously, they're going to profit from it. But that's beside the point. They are very quick to move and integrate and give the consumers what they're asking for, what the public is demanding. So Binance's NFT marketplace said Tuesday it's planned to add support for ordinals or Bitcoin NFTs later in May. No exact date yet. They are plans to expand its offerings by allowing traders to purchase ordinals on the Bitcoin network. Collectors can soon buy and sell inscriptions or NFTs created in the Bitcoin network, expand the reach in the nascent ordinals ecosystem. So that's sort of with ordinals. The ordinals have really slowed down Bitcoin. The meme pool's got a huge waiting list at the moment, and the fees skyrocketed. That's what happened with Binance having to shut down. They hadn't really taken the fees into account there. And that problem went over to Africa. And it's short term, it's not good. Long term, I think it'll allow Bitcoin to become more sustainable. So Africa moves to Lightning stablecoins as Bitcoin transfer fees soar. Man, ads. So what they're saying here is the dramatic increase in transaction fees is at least in part due to the introduction of ordinals on Bitcoin, a protocol which allows for the creation of NFTs and BRC20 tokens associated with some meme coins on the Bitcoin network. Now, what they're saying in Africa, while the absolute amount of transaction fees may seem small to those in the West, to those in African countries with weak economies is a significant burden. Traders are also affected. Most exchanges that operate in Africa don't yet have Lightning. With that Lightning, it'll be cheaper, it'll be faster for them. They are saying the education around the Lightning adoption is not there at the moment. And then there's this one guy, every Monday for the past year and a half, have paid salaries for 11 people working on Bitcoin using Lightning, and today was the first time in over a year that the process hasn't gone smooth. So even using Lightning, a couple of little bugs, a little bit slower, but it's still in its early days. And as this really ramps up with Binance, other companies, wallet providers come out and they go through and they fix this and then move things onto Lightning, and then it comes on to the Bitcoin main chain, it is going to allow our industry to continue to evolve. At least that's my opinion. So we'll continue watching it as well. And then what they say here, and I think they sum up pretty much my thoughts as well. So the flip side, despite all these issues, many in Africa see this fee spike as a potential net benefit for adoption, as it supercharges the shift towards Lightning Network integration and other solutions. Marcel is hopeful that the fee increase is just temporary, but added that it is an eye-opener. In a way, it's a good thing, as it's forcing people onto Lightning despite the short-term inconvenience. Now, we've got a couple of things in regards to Sam Bankman-Fried. First, we'll go with the good thing for anyone that was affected. It looks like a lot of funds are moving in the right direction, and hopefully the creditors have paid their dues there. So OKX just sent 60 million in USDT and Mars token to Alameda Research. It may be part of a recovery effort to repay creditors of the failed FTX crypto exchange. I really do hope so, because life's hard enough and crypto is hard enough. Not your keys, not your coins. Please get everything off the exchange. But people shouldn't just blatantly scam. Unfortunately, it does happen in this industry. So OKX sent approx 60 million worth of digital assets to wallets connected to failed hedge fund Alameda Research. The funds are spread out among 16 separate transactions and included approximately 337.9 million mask tokens worth 1.3 million. It's funny how they put that there, and as a side note, 57.77 million worth of Tether. Alameda Research currently holds over 284 million worth of assets in its crypto wallet. OKX said it plans to return approximately 157 million it held on behalf of FTX and Alameda. FTX did file a motion on March 30 to force OKX to release the funds back. OKX said absolutely it welcomed it. So FTX reached a settlement with hedge fund Modulo Capital, allowing it to recover $460 million previously. On May 4, FTX filed a motion to claw back $4 billion and allegedly lent to bankrupt crypto lending firm Genesis Global. Now, the former CEO, Caroline, has been charged with fraud for allegedly colluding with former FTX CEO, SBF, to misappropriate FTX customer funds. She pled guilty to the charges December 22nd. However, and this is what we're going to get into in this next article, SBF has pled not guilty and has sought to dismiss some of the charges against him there because he's got audacity, and we'll go into it. He's probably going to get away with a lot more than he should. And what I'd like to know in the comments below is, was he just put in place to be the man to bring the crypto industry down? Or is that a conspiracy and he is just a greedy individual in over his head? I'd like to know your thoughts on that one. So FTX SBF moves to dismiss most criminal charges against him. SBF filed pre-trial motions to dismiss a majority of the charges he faces late Monday. So he had a lot. He is set to go to trial this fall, faced over a dozen different charges ranging from wire securities and commodities fraud allegations to bribery claims. Bankman Fried's attorneys moved to dismiss charges as conspiring to commit wire fraud on FTX customers, of wire fraud on FTX customers, of conspiracy to commit wire fraud on Alameda research lenders, of wire fraud on Alameda leaders, and of conspiracy to commit bank fraud. Check this, on the grounds that prosecutors did not state an offence for failure to allege a valid property right. Let's not let them off on a technicality. They also moved to dismiss the bank fraud, conspiracy, unlicensed money transmitter operation, unlawful political contribution and bribery charges on discovery grounds. A third motion was also filed to dismiss the fraud charges tied to FTX customers and the unlicensed money transmitter charge for failure to state an offence. If he gets off scot-free, that is absolutely unacceptable. Innocent until proven guilty, I 100% agree with that. But so many people were absolutely wrecked. That's not really what you want to see. But of course, his lawyer is going to allow him to plead not guilty. That's the point of paying all that money. Obviously, he's got a lot of funds to be able to do this as well. A final motion seeks to dismiss the bribery and political contribution charges. Bankman Fried's attorney did not seek to dismiss charges alleging conspiracy to commit securities fraud, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Okay, that's good. We'll see what happens there. We'll keep you updated as it goes on. It's going to be a very, very long process, judicial process. What I just want to point out here, bottom right corner for you, is the fear and greed has reset back down to neutral territory as well. We're sitting at 51. Yesterday, I think we were about 70. This is what we need to see, and sideways action, in my opinion, so we can go up higher for longer. Even if we were to go down 25.5 and then come back up, still healthy. If we do fall below that line, could be a little bit rocky. Everything changes. Tomorrow, with the CPI print, we'll see. Now, going over to penguins as well, please let us know if you've got a penguin. I probably will FOMO into this project. So NFT project Pudgy Penguins raises $9 million. Pretty interesting here. Obviously, they are starting to get all over Twitter here. So NFT collection Pudgy Penguins has announced the completion of its $9 million seed funding round led by 1KX. The company plans to use the new capital to scale its IP and team. The funding round comes over a year after the PP, maybe I won't call it PP because it sounds like Pepe. Pudgy Penguins project voted out its founders for allegedly draining treasury funds and failing to meet community goals. It just doesn't stop in this space here, does it? As soon as the wrong person gets a little bit of money, they just absolutely screw people. That's unacceptable. And in a way, regulation for that reason would be absolutely good. These people should be held accountable. So in April 22, entrepreneur Luca bought the Pudgy Penguins rights for $2.5 million with the promise to build out the brand, which soon involved licensing deals and social media campaigns. Pudgy Penguins has evolved to include live events, new ways for owners to monetize and utilize their tokens, and physical goods bearing the IP, including books and toys. I actually think I saw a little doll. I see so much stuff on Twitter, but I'm pretty sure it was a Pudgy Penguins doll, so it looks like they've even included that already. Now, this is insane. This is meme coin. What I want to say is no risk, no reward, but this is ludicrous, and it's paid off really well, and it's fantastic to see. But this is probably why we come down, and there could be further downside as well. When the meme coin market gets all frothy, maybe that symbolizes a local top. At the end of the day, Bitcoin, crypto is going up. The halving's only like 11 and a half months away as well. So everything between now and then is noise, but I think we're going to start heading in the right direction, up and to the right. So check this. A crypto trader pays $120,000 in fees to buy $156,000 of the meme coin for. So they paid over 64 ETH in fees on Monday to get 84 Ether worth of FOR. This is insane. This means the trader spent over 120k to get 156k worth of FOR tokens. However, some sleuths pointed out that the trader was only the second entity to buy FOR and is now sitting on an unrealized profit of nearly $240,000. No risk, no reward. You got to risk it to get the biscuit. If you're being a degen, use proper risk strategies. Never invest what you're not willing to lose. We'll see you on the next one. Be blessed.